Hello. Today I'm going to discuss the setup, planning process and creative decisions behind my live performance of my album Witchcraft at Crop Radio, which was on the 9th of May 2026. The performance was presented as a live streamed DJ set at Stage and Radio using 2 CDJs and a Pioneer mixer. My aim was to showcase the body of work I had created over several months while introducing this audience to my overall artistic identity, which I describe as dark pop mixed with techno-punk influences. The process can be broken down into 6 main stages: the creation of the album, rehearsal and experimentation, development of the original live setup, adapting the performance for Crop Radio, simplifying the setup for maximum impact, and finally reflecting on future development. The first stage was the creation of the album itself, Witchcraft. This was developed between January and May 2026 and became a deeply personal project. A large part of the writing and recording process came from what I describe as a flow state mentality. I often worked instinctively rather than analytically, allowing emotions and subconscious ideas to guide the music. This approach helped me create material that felt emotionally honest rather than over-constructed. The album reflects both my internal world and the external world around me. Internally, the lyrics deal with themes such as uncertainty, identity, relationships, anxiety, escapism, and obsession. Externally, the music reflects nightlife culture, emotional isolation, overstimulation, and the intensity of modern environments. Because of this, vulnerability became an important part of the process. In order to create a convincing body of work, I had to be open emotionally within both the songwriting and vocal performances. I think this emotional honesty is what gives the album its strongest moments and what allowed audiences to connect with it later during the live performance. Musically, I wanted the project to combine dark electronic textures with melodic songwriting and aggressive energy. This is where the dark pop and techno-punk identity began to develop. The second stage involved rehearsals and experimentation. Initially, I had more tracks and ideas than what eventually made it into the live set. Through repeated practice sessions, I tested which songs worked best in sequence and which tracks created the emotional and energetic atmosphere I was aiming for. This stage involved a lot of trial and error. Some songs worked well individually but lost energy in a live context, while others became much more powerful when mixed continuously within a DJ-style format. Through these rehearsals, I began identifying patterns in audience energy and pacing. I realised that the strongest tracks were not always the most technically complicated songs, but the ones that created momentum and emotional impact. This process helped me refine the final set list and focus on the tracks that best represented the identity of Witchcraft. The third stage was developing the original live performance setup. Before adapting the performance for Crop Radio, my intended setup was much more performance-based and hybrid in structure. I used MIDI routing to control loops and transitions while performing live vocals and electronic guitar simultaneously.
Destroy tonight. This feeling right. Destroy tonight. This sweat's on right. Always this right. Destroy tonight. Destroy.
I get Misty preview. The live preview.
We get Misty.
We get Misty. Let's get Misty. Let's get Misty. Let's get Misty. Let's get Misty.
What I wonder feels like everything
Fucking left speaker's broken and pyro. What? The guitar was processed through a grunge-style effects pedal which created distorted texture and aggressive tones that complemented the electronic production. I wanted the performance to feel chaotic, emotional, and immersive rather than overly polished. The MIDI controller allowed me to trigger loops and backing elements live, meaning the performance still had improvisational elements despite being built around electronic tracks. This setup reflected the original recording process closely because many of the songs were written through layering loops, textures, vocals, and guitar experimentation together. At this stage, my goal was to blur the line between DJ performance, live band performance, and experimental electronic performance. The fourth stage happened after receiving confirmation for the crop radio performance. Before this opportunity, I had applied to many venues and performance spaces across the country in order to find somewhere suitable to present the project live. Because the album combines electronic music with alternative influences, finding the correct environment was important to me. Once I secured the crop radio set at Stage and Radio, I had to adapt my performance to suit their technical setup and the format of the live-streamed DJ event. This meant transitioning away from the larger hybrid performance setup into something more streamlined and compatible with the venue's equipment and time restrictions. Instead of centering the performance around live instrumentation, I restructured the set into a DJ-based performance using 2 CDJs and a Pioneer mixer. This adaptation required flexibility because I had to rethink how the music could still maintain intensity and atmosphere without relying on the full live setup. The fifth stage involved simplifying the performance setup. At first, I viewed simplification as a limitation, but eventually I realised it actually increased the impact of the tracks themselves. By removing unnecessary complexity, the audience could focus more directly on the sound, transitions, and emotional atmosphere of the music. The simplified setup also created a cleaner and more professional performance within the nightclub and radio environment. During rehearsals and sound testing, I also recognised that forcing too many live elements into the performance could reduce clarity and weaken the overall presentation. For this reason, I made the decision not to use live guitar during the crop radio performance. Although this meant sacrificing one aspect of the original vision, it ultimately helped the music translate more effectively within the venue's technical limitations. I think this demonstrated an important professional skill, which was understanding when to adapt creatively in order to improve the final outcome. The result was a focused introduction to my sound and artistic identity. The live set successfully presented the dark pop, techno punk, punk direction of the project, whilst also maintaining strong pacing and energy throughout. The final stage is reflection and future development. Overall, I was very pleased with the performance and the audience response. The event successfully achieved its purpose of showcasing witchcraft within a professional nightclub and live stream setting. However, the experience also highlighted areas that I want to develop further. Next year, I intend to expand the live performance into a more complete multimedia experience. This version will introduce the live guitar, MIDI control, and live backing vocals in a way that is technically stronger and more integrated into the performance environment. I also plan to include visual projections like the ones you're viewing now, and digital artwork that I've been creating using Critter and iMovie. The goal is for the visuals, sound design, lighting, and live instrumentation to work together as one immersive artistic experience rather than a simple DJ set. To conclude, the Crop Radio performance was an important developmental stage within my wider artistic journey. It allowed me to professionally present my music, adapt to real-world technical limitations, and better understand how my work functions within a live environment. Most importantly, it confirmed that the emotional honesty and energy behind witchcraft can successfully connect with an audience in both recorded and live formats. This was shown to me when I saw the reaction of the crowd and was given the response by the organisers and how they received the music throughout the night.